In a quiet neighborhood in Lagos, Nigeria, lived a young boy named Akin. Akin was 20 years old and lived with his parents. His father, Mr. Bayo, worked as a teacher, while his mother, Mrs. Bayo, ran a small shop. Though they weren't wealthy, they lived a peaceful and contented life. However, Akin had a burning desire to become rich quickly. He often envied the boys in the neighborhood who seemed to have money to spend on flashy clothes, expensive gadgets, and luxurious lifestyles. One day, while hanging out with his friends, Akin overheard them talking about a group of boys who had become rich through rituals and internet fraud, commonly known as Yahoo Yahoo. Intrigued, Akin decided to approach one of these boys to learn their secrets. Akin met with Tunde, one of the richest boys in the neighborhood, and asked him how he made so much money. Tunde, with a sly smile, invited Akin to join their group. He told Akin that they used rituals to gain wealth and that it was easy to become rich if he followed their instructions. Tunde introduced Akin to the leader of their group, a man named Baba Ife. Baba Ife was feared and respected by the boys because of his knowledge of dark rituals. He welcomed Akin and promised him wealth beyond his wildest dreams. However, he warned Akin that the rituals required serious sacrifices. Akin was eager to begin and was given a list of items to bring for the first ritual. He managed to gather everything and returned to Baba Ife. The ritual began, and Akin was told to chant some incantations while Baba Ife performed the rites. After the ritual, Baba Ife told Akin that he would start seeing money soon, but that he needed to be patient. Weeks passed, and Akin began to notice small amounts of money appearing mysteriously in his room. Excited by this, he returned to Baba Ife, demanding more wealth. Baba Ife told Akin that for the next level, he needed to perform a more powerful ritual which required a woman's sacrifice. Akin was horrified, but still driven by his desire for quick wealth. Baba Ife told Akin he had to choose between his father or his mother for the ritual. The thought of sacrificing his parents sent chill down Akin's spine, but his greed began to cloud his judgment. Unknown to Akin, his parents had been noticing his strange behavior and worried about him. One evening, they decided to seek advice from their pastor, Pastor Daniel. When they arrived at the church, Pastor Daniel listened carefully to their concerns and prayed with them. He said something was wrong and advised them not to sleep at home the next day. The next day, Akin was restless. Baba Ife had given him the final instructions for the ritual. He was torn between his love for his parents and his desire for wealth. As night fell, Akin decided to go through with it. He sneaked into his parents' room with a dagger. But to his surprise, they were not there. Panic set in and Akin ran out of the house. He found a note from his parents saying they had gone to stay with a relative. Furious and confused, Akin went back to Baba Ife, who was enraged by Akin's failure. Baba Ife warned Akin that there would be consequences for disobeying the ritual. Akin returned home feeling defeated. He began to realize the grave mistake he had made by getting involved with the ritual boys. His parents returned the next day and comforted him. Akin broke down in tears, confessing everything. His parents were shocked but relieved that Pastor Daniel's advice had saved them. Pastor Daniel prayed with the family and encouraged Akin to turn away from his dangerous path and seek forgiveness. Akin vowed never to engage in such evil activities again. With the support of his parents and Pastor Daniel, Akin began to rebuild his life. He started working hard and found a job, although not high-paying, but brought in honest earnings and peace of mind. His parents forgave him and supported him in his journey towards a better future. Akin learned a valuable lesson about the dangers of greed and the importance of hard work and integrity. Though the shadows of his past still lingered, he was determined to move forward and live a life he could be proud of. Akin's life began to take a different turn. He enrolled in a vocational training program to learn carpentry, a skill he had always admired, though it wasn't the luxurious life he once dreamed of. He found satisfaction in the honest work he was doing. His parents were proud of his progress and supported him every step of the way. However, the whispers of the past action were hard to escape. The boys he once associated with continued their dark activities, and some even tried to lure Akin back, promising him quick riches and easy life. One evening, as Akin was walking home from his carpentry class, he was approached by Tunde. Tunde had noticed Akin's transformation and was curious. He tried to persuade Akin to return to the group, flaunting his new car and expensive jewelry. Akin, why struggle when you can have all of this? Tunde said, gesturing his possessions. You were so close to being one of us. Come back, and you will never have to work hard again. Akin felt a twinge of temptation, but remembered the fear and guilt he felt when he almost harmed his parents. He firmly refused Tunde's offer and walked away, determined to stay on his new path. Akin's refusal angered the richer boys. They saw him as a traitor and decided to teach him a lesson. One night, they vandalized the carpentry shop where Akin was training. The owner, Mr. Chinedu, was furious but understanding. He knew Akin's past and decided to give him another chance. Akin, I believe in second chances, Mr. Chinedu said, but you must stay away from those boys. Focus on your work and prove to everyone that you have changed. Akin was grateful for Mr. Chinedu's kindness and vowed to work even harder. He spent extra hours at the shop, learning as much as he could. His dedication began to pay off, and he started receiving small orders for furniture. Despite his progress, Akin couldn't shake off the fear that the richer boys would come after him again. He confided in Pastor Daniel, who advised him to stay strong and trust in God's protection. One day, as Akin was walking home, he was confronted by Baba Ife and his followers. Baba Ife was furious that Akin had abandoned the rituals and was now living an honest life. He threatened Akin and telling him that he will regret his decision. You think you can escape us? Baba Ife snarled. Once you are in, there is no way out. Akin stood his ground, refusing to be intimidated. I am done with your evil ways, Baba Ife. I am choosing a different path. Baba Ife's eyes gleamed with anger. You will pay for this, Akin. Mark my words. Despite the threats, Akin continued with his work. Refusing to let fear control him, he prayed for strength and guidance. His faith helped him stay strong. His hard work began to attract attention and he started getting more orders. One day, a wealthy businessman named Mr. Ade visited the shop and was impressed by Akin's craftsmanship. He placed a large order for custom furniture for his new house, promising to pay a substantial amount. Mr. Chinedu beamed with pride. You see, Akin, Hard work and honesty always pay off. Keep going and you achieve great things. Though Akin's life was improving, the shadow of Baba Ife and the ritual boys loomed over him. One evening, as he was returning from delivering an order, he noticed someone following him. He quickened his pace, but the person kept up. Akin ducked into a narrow alley. When he turned around, he found himself face to face with one of Baba Ife's henchmen. The man grabbed Akin, dragging him into a dark corner. Baba Ife sent his regards. The man eased. He wants you to come back or else. Before the man could finish his threats, a group of local boys who knew Akin come to his rescue. They chased the henchmen away, ensuring Akin's safety. You need to be careful, Akin, one of the boys said. Those people are dangerous. Akin knew he couldn't live in fear forever. He decided to take a stand with the support of Pastor Daniel, his parents, and Mr. Chinedu. Akin reported Baba Ife and his group to the authorities. The police launched an investigation and soon several members of the ritual group were arrested. Though Baba Ife managed to evade capture, the dismantling of his group brought a sense of relief to Akin and the community. Akin continued to focus on his work, determined to build a better future for himself and his family. With the ritual boys behind bars and Baba Ife in hiding, Akin found a renewed sense of peace. His carpentry business began to flourish as more people in the community recognized his talent and dedication. Mr. Ade, the wealthy businessman, recommended Akin to his friends, leading to even more others. Akin's parents were proud of their son's transformation. They supported him in every way they could, helping with the deliveries and managing others. Akin's journey from a desperate young man seeking quick riches to a hard-working and honest individual inspired many in the neighborhood. While Akin seems to be on the right track, Baba Ife's threat still lingered. The community growing support for Akin also made him a target for those who felt betrayed by his decision to turn against the rituals. One night, as Akin was closing the shop, he received an anonymous phone call. The voice on the other end was cold and menacing. You think you are safe, Akin? Baba Ife never forgets. Watch your back. Akin reported the threat to the police, but without knowing the caller's identity, there was little they could do. Pastor Daniel, always a source of strength, advised Akin to remain vigilant and continue praying for protection. Days later, as Akin was sorting through some old materials in the shop, he found a small, strange-looking object. Hidden in a corner, it was a fetish doll with Aries inscriptions. Akin's heart raced as he realized it was placed there as a curse. Frightened but determined, Akin took the doll to Pastor Daniel, who prayed over it and destroyed it. Pastor Daniel warned Akin to stay alert, as it was clear that Baba Ife or his followers were still trying to intimidate him. Meanwhile, one of Baba Ife's former associates, a boy named Shola, had a change of heart. Shola had always been troubled by the rituals and the harm they caused. After seeing Akin's bravery and transformation, he decided to leave the group and help Akin. Shola approached Akin one evening, offering information about Baba Ife's whereabouts. I want out, Akin, Shola said. I am tired of living in fear. Baba Ife is hiding in an old warehouse on the outskirts of town. The police need to know. With this information, Akin and Shola went to the police, who organized a raid on the warehouse. Baba Ife was finally captured, and the remaining members of the ritual group were arrested. With Baba Ife and his followers behind bars, the community felt a newfound sense of security. Akin's bravery and determination had inspired many to stand against the evils of ritual practices. The local church organized a community event to celebrate Akin's success and the end of the ritual boys' reign of terror. During the event, Akin spoke to the community about his journey. I was once lost, seeking quick riches without regards for consequences. But with the support of my family, Pastor Daniel and all of you, I found a better path. Hard work, integrity, and faith have brought me through success and peace. Akin's carpentry business continued to thrive and it soon expanded, hiring other young men who were also looking for honest work. He mentored them, sharing his story and encouraging them to pursue their dreams. Through hard work and perseverance, Akin's parents, filled with pride and joy, watched as their son transformed into a beacon of hope. For the community, his journey had not been easy, but the trials and tribulations had made him stronger and more determined to lead a life of integrity.